Welcome to RVing Travel Adventures. My name is Jesus Manuel Menagarza. Today I'm going to be summarizing two articles that I talked about yesterday, but today I'm going to be summarizing them, condensing them, distilling them to a certain effect. I'm not going to change any of the words or how they structure their sentences or anything. These are two articles having to do with cutbacks at the National Park Service and the National Forestry Service. Essentially, these cuts, in all probability, by Donald J. Trump and his associate Elon Musk, will affect the Park Service and the Forestry Service this spring, summer, fall, and winter. So these cutbacks do not, fall on deaf ears. There will be ramifications for these cutbacks. It's already known that Donald J. Trump wants to drill baby drill in the national forest. So he would prefer, from what I understand, that there be derricks out there at Yellowstone instead of tourists. So all these oil companies can make some money. Even though, the great majority of the folks in the world are saying, hey, we're trying to get away from fossil fuels and move towards a more renewable, earth-friendly, and climate-friendly future. But, leave it to Donald J. Trump to do whatever he wants. Not necessarily what you want, what he wants. So these cuts in the National Forestry Service and the National Park Service may affect your RVing plans, your camping plans this spring, summer, and fall. If you had plans to go to the national parks, Yellowstone, Yosemite, Kings Canyon, Appalachian, all these different parks out there, these very nice parks that are fabulous. America's crown jewels, these treasures, they may not, be open or services available that you had planned to enjoy this spring, summer, or fall. And you have, of course, Donald J. Trump, who you probably elected. A lot of you elected that guy. And his associate and his, the person doing all these cuts, saying, hey, cut. All these bureaucracies, all this fat, I'm cutting away. Yeah, Elon Musk. So I'm going to read these two articles. I cut them down pretty good, just like Elon Musk would. But not necessarily. So I'm not going to change any of the wording. And again, these are two articles, one from The Guardian, the other from The Independent. The first article, U.S. Forest Service and National Park Service to fire thousands of workers. This is by Edward Halmore and agencies from The Guardian. Please excuse me while I look down. I do not have a teleprompter. If you have a teleprompter and you have one to spare, you can always send me one. As long as it's not the size of a room, I look forward to getting a teleprompter one of these years. Back in the day when I used to work in radio and television, I had teleprompters, but now that I'm working out of my dining room, my little dining room studio, I don't have a teleprompter. So please excuse me. The U.S. National Service is firing about 3,400 recent hires, while the National Park Service is terminating about 1,000 workers under Donald Trump's push to cut federal spending and bureaucracy, according to a report on Friday. The terminations target employees who are in their probationary employment periods, which includes anyone hired less than a year ago, according to Reuters, and will affect sites such as the Appalachian Trail, Yellowstone, the birthplace of Martin Luther King Jr., and the Sequoia National Forest. The cuts represent about 10% of the Forest Service workforce and about 5% of National Park Service employees, but excludes firefighters, law enforcement, and certain meteorologists, as well as 5,000 low-paid seasonal workers from the cutbacks. The National Parks Conservation Association, NPCA, President Teresa Pierno said in a statement, and I'm going to quote her exactly, quote, Allowing parks to hire seasonal staff is essential, but staffing cuts of this magnitude will have devastating consequences for parks and communities. Again, this not only affects the parks, but the communities that depend on tourism nearby. So these cuts aren't in a vacuum, okay? The second article. Why Trump has decided to close our national parks, by David Obst from The Independent. At the same time, Donald Trump was kind enough to sign an executive order bringing us a National Park of American Heroes. He has also decided to close down the National Parks Service. It's a bit more cynical story, a little more tongue-in-cheek story, to be honest with you, from what I can analyze. This will be unfortunate to the more than 300 million people, again, that's 300 million people, who plan to visit our national parks this year. Same as pretty much last year. Led by Elon Musk and his skeleton crew of political hires who are devotedly following him, this crack crew, again, that's a bit tongue-in-cheek, of Fedbusters, has decided that the National Park Service's 20,000 plus employees and its hundreds of thousands of volunteers are no longer necessary. So that's my summation of the two articles. I'll leave them links to the article. I'll try to see if I can find these links. I may have lost them. This old dude is getting old. He has a bad habit of forgetting stuff. So hope you enjoy this article. If you're planning to go camping this spring, summer, and fall at one of our national parks, make sure that they actually have the infrastructure in place to allow you to get in. First, the person let you in the door, the person to take your cash, the different concessionaires, the people that lead the different tours. We don't want people falling into the geysers and boiling, into a little human stew, or getting eaten by bears, etc., or walking out there going, hey, let me pet the bison. Very nice bison. I love bison. Hopefully, people use common sense, and before they go to these national parks, call them and say, hey, is anybody answer the phone first of all? So, good luck. Going to the national parks, national forests, boondocking in the national forests, etc., wilderness areas. It may be more bit difficult in 2025. Who knows how it's going to be in 2026, 2027, and of course, Trump's going to be still in office in 2028 in all probability. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget what the esteemed governor of California and president, the famous actor Ronald Reagan once said about the national forest. You've seen one tree. If you've seen one tree, you've seen them all, okay? And don't forget, there's always boondocking and camping opportunities in urban and suburban areas and state parks and stuff like that. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and leave your kind and friendly comments below abajo. Thanks for watching my video. I just wanted to inform you of what's taking place currently. Elon Musk is slashing away at the fat, slashing away at certain services. And he goes, maybe I shouldn't have fired all those people in charge of our nuclear arsenal and putting it together and its safety. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Then he goes, okay, I rescind that order. I apologize. I won't do that again. Again, I do need a teleprompter. Eventually I'm going to buy one. Like in the old days when I used to work in radio and television, I had a teleprompter. And I did it every day, so I got pretty good at it. But I do this once every couple of years now. Thanks for watching my video. Check out my, Patreon page, patreon.com/JMGarza. And of course, you can become a member. And I have a specific website having to do with this channel. It's rvta.myportfolio.com. And don't forget to ring the bell for future notifications. I'll be going to the RV show here in Dallas in a couple days. I should be back with a several nice videos of some RVs I find interesting. And hope you enjoy those videos. Don't forget, again, to like, subscribe, and share. From Fort Worth, Texas, planning to go to state parks, planning to go to county parks, planning to do a little bit of boondocking, planning to stay at some hotels. This is Jesus Manuel Mena Garza in Fort Worth, Texas. Gracias. Hope you don't see any oil derricks at our national parks. That would be horrible. You have the view of the mountains, but in front of them you have oil derricks. That's not nice. But again, our president, our esteemed president, the president you probably elected, Donald J. Trump, said, drill, baby, drill. And he meant the national forests and national parks were perfect, absolutely perfect locations for oil derricks. And even though most of the world is going solar, most of the world is going wind, and most of the world is going EVs and using less, gasoline and diesel, Trump's, in his infinite wisdom is closing a lot of these services available to the American public that ameliorate the issues of global warming. What do you think? So what do you think? From Fort Worth, Texas, this has been Jesus Manuel Mena Garza. Gracias. Adios. Bye-bye.